Hey guys, so I am doing a swatch video for the Nomad Ghost Town USA palette. I was super excited when I saw this one come out because the only other one I have from them is the Royal Europe palette, and I use that all the time. So I was super excited when I saw this, and the color story is just so pretty. So this is the outside box that it came in. I just kind of wanted to show that real quick. It's got the color names on the back, which will come in handy here because I'm gonna read off of here. But I think they're labeled inside the palette too, so it doesn't really matter. But the packaging is beautiful. It's got this like holographic picture on the front that goes from like old town cowboy western movie set looking picture to a ghost town. I just thought that was super cool. So this palette is a little bit bigger than the, I keep comparing it to the Royal Europe one because that's the only one I have from them, but this one is 18 shades and the other one is 12. So let's just open it up. It's got a nice big mirror on the inside that I have not taken the plastic off of yet. We're gonna ignore that my nails are not painted or anything because I didn't have time to do them. They're just a mess right now. Still, like, I'm trying to grow them out again to where they were before, but it's aggravating when I don't do the dip powder constantly because they always want to break. So anyway, we're just gonna get into this. Pretty much all of the colors in here have little stamps on them. They're all super cool. There's a lot of, it's about half and half metallics and mattes. Like it goes metallic row, matte row, metallic row, matte row, metallic row, matte row. And then to me, they look good like by sixes like this. Like those look really good together. These look really good together. I'm sure they intended it that way, but anyway. Sorry, my phone is making noise. There's traffic going by. I'm going to swatch them in threes because I just think the trios look good together like that. So the first one is Tombstone, and their metallic ones are so nice and creamy. They usually go on best with a finger or just a really flat brush, but like I only picked up a little bit. It's so creamy and pigmented. I love that about their shadows. Even like the mattes, you'll see once I get to them, if you haven't seen one of these palettes swatched before, they're so pigmented, it's crazy. So we have Copper Penny, which has like a shovel and a pickaxe. I hate to ruin the little pictures on them. So this one, I didn't even really describe that. That's like a sparkly, deep champagne color. And then we have Copper Penny, which is this really pretty glittery copper. I'm gonna take my watch off because it always annoys me that it turns on every time I turn my wrist in the videos. No, I can't get it off. There we go. All right, and then the third one here is Garnet Montana. And this one has like a ton of sparkle in it. They almost feel wet. They're so creamy. So this one is like a deep, almost like a maroon color. And it has a bunch of copper and pink sparkle in it. So those first three are really sparkly and pretty. And then we'll go to this next trio here. We have Undead Sheriff. So it's like a sheriff with a bandana on his face. This is my favorite. It's a creamy matte taupe. I just love colors like this to use as transition shades, and that's like, it's flawless. You just one little swipe. Crazy pigmented. Bandit Queen. This is kind of a medium brown shade. This one's also a matte. That one didn't pick up quite as clean as the other ones. And then an even darker brown called Deadwood. So that's that second column here. And we have Quicksilver. I can only imagine how crazy this silver is going to be because it's a metallic, like tinfoil silver. Ugh, it's so pretty. I cannot wait to use this on my eyes. Rhyolite, Nevada. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is a really pretty silvery champagne with some sparkle in it. I'm only taking like the smallest amount on my finger for the swatches because they're so crazy pigmented that you don't need much at all. Those two look really pretty together. And then Ghost Train. And this is like a sparkly opalescent purple here. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's like a purpley pink with gray undertones and tons of sparkle. I think that might be my favorite shade so far. Look at how pretty it is when the light hits it. I'm telling you, this only the second palette I've had from this brand, and they are quickly becoming one of my favorites. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna be obsessed with needing to get every palette that comes out when they release new ones. I ordered this the day that it came out because I had been waiting for it. And it's rare that I do that lately with palettes. Next one, we have Skinner's Saloon. This is like a grayish blue. Also a matte, because they're alternating rows of mattes and metallics. Calamity Jane. This is like a really deep teal. That's the only one so far that I didn't think was gonna swatch that great because of how it picked up, but it's pretty pigmented. Might stain a little bit though. It's kind of staining my finger even though I'm trying to clean it off over here. And then we have Dead Man's Hand, and it's like a skeleton hanging from a noose. Some of them, like, they repeat. That's the same one, that's the same one. Different stamps. And then this one is a really deep blue, almost like a blackened blue. Let's get a little bit of a better swatch. So that is that row. That would make those three colors together would make a really nice, like, bluish smoky eye. We have Gold Rush, which isn't like your typical gold. It's almost like a greenish gold. Very cool. Of course, super pigmented and sparkly again. They look foiled. They're so creamy and sparkly. What is this one? Calico, California? Almost like a citrusy chartreuse green. That's the word I'm looking for. Super pretty. And then Smoky Quartz. This is like a silvery purple, smoky, very pigmented again. Really pretty shade. Not quite as sparkly as the other ones, but this one has like some green and blue sparkle in there that I'm hoping is showing up. And then the last column here we have Ghost Town. Is this even in the frame? Let me scoot it over a little bit. Ghost Town is this pale olive green. Again, it's a matte. So smooth, super flawless. Stagecoach Mary. It's another green. This is like a deep olivey green. Now that's more of a sage. That's like a sage green. And then Arrested Decay. Oh, this one's so smooth. But it almost looks like this might hard pan a little bit. See how that got shiny when the little skeleton guy got shiny when I swatched it? Let's hope it still comes out. Swatch is good. This is another like deep almost like a grayish brown. So it still swatches good. I'm a little concerned that it might become one of those colors that like you have to dig at to get pigmentation out of, but as far as that little swatch goes, it came out really nice. That is the last column there. So overall, aside from this last shade that I just swatched, which really wasn't even bad, I'm gonna have to play around with it and see if that gives me any trouble in the future. But all the colors are so pigmented. They're so creamy and beautiful and smooth. I already know they're gonna perform awesome on the eyes because they feel the exact same quality and formula as the ones that were in the Royal Europe palette that I just love to pieces. I've used that more than any other palette, I think, in the past few months since I got that, so I'm super happy with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this palette swatch video, something a little different from the ColourPop ones I've been doing a lot recently. And let me know if you picked this palette up, or if you have other palettes from Nomad, what one's your favorite? Are there any I absolutely need to get, because the only ones I have are this one and the Royal Europe one. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you in my next video.